A third fertility clinic has now shut off IVF services because of the Alabama Supreme Court ruling in that state. The CEO of Infirmary Health says that the decision, quote, left us with no choice but to pause IVF treatments for patients. So many patients are now being left in the dark and in limbo.
Nobody's more in limbo than Tommy Tuberville, who in the space of less than 2 minutes comes up with the amazing number of positions on the IVF decision of the Alabama Supreme Court. And we're going to look at that, but we want to have a little fun. So why don't we guess? Why don't you go into the comment section and guess how many different positions he may have? And for a little bit of fun, you can list a number, or we can go with an over-under. What are we going to pick as over-under? How about 9? 9 for an over-under. Could you possibly have more than 9 positions? 9's a lot. And before you get into that comment section and start typing, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We need subscribers. And then ring-a-ling that ding-a-ling bell. Wait for it. You know what that means. That means you will get all of the notifications when we post a new video. Now, let's go right to Tommy Tuberville and his endless positions on the IVF decision of the Alabama Supreme Court.
Do you have a reaction to the Alabama Supreme Court ruling on the fact that embryos are children?
Yeah, I was all for it. You know, you just got to look at everything going on in the country. It's just an attack on families, attack on kids. You know, anything that we can do for the future of our young people, because they're our #1 commodity. We need to have more kids. We need to have an opportunity to do that. And I thought this was the right thing to do. But
IVF is used to have more children, and right now IVF services are paused at some of the clinics in Alabama. Aren't you concerned that this could impact people who are trying to have kids?
Well, that's for another conversation. I think the big thing is right now you go back to the situation and try to work it out to where it's best for everybody. I mean, that's what the whole abortion issue is about. So
but this really isn't about abortion. It's about IVF and the concern that now families might not have access to it.
But it's about the same direction. But I agree. But people need to have access. People need to have. We need more kids. We need the people to have the opportunity to have kids. You know, I'd have to look at the entire bill and how it's written. I have not seen it.
Supreme Court decision.
Well, I know that, but I'd have to look. I haven't looked at it. But this is state issue.
Women aren't going to be able to have IVF treatments already in some places.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
What do you say to them?
Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Alienate swing voters in the general election?
I don't know. It might some, but you know, you don't hear a lot of talk about it. I mean, you don't. That's not a big conversation.
Well, it's a conversation now, and IVF is not a Democrat or Republican issue. Families across the board use it. What is your message to the Supreme Court if this does in fact stop families from being able to use IVF?
We don't need that.
14 positions. That's correct. 14 positions. Congratulations to everyone who picked 14. Can you believe that? He was just completely clueless. He did not even seem to understand that it was a Supreme Court decision. He starts talking about a bill. He has to read the bill. Who knows what he was talking about? Clearly, he has no idea on this issue, and it's another reason why the Republican Party has to be challenged in the upcoming elections, both in the Senate, in the House, and of course, for the presidency. And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you see that video in the lower left? See that one? Click on it. Click on it. It's good. Yeah, it's as good as this one. It might actually be better. Click on it. Click it. Click that video. Click it.